Soldier of Christ reporting for duty. How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about something. It's about nostalgia. So, nostalgia has always been like a huge part of my life. I kind of sometimes wish that I was young again. Well, I guess I'm technically still young. Um, I'm still 21, but I always remember like looking fondly back at when I was really young, like 5 or 6 and whatnot. And, I always remember just looking outside and looking at the blue sky. And when it was a cloudless day, the sky was always like so blue and so beautiful. But, I'd always think about, wow, it would be so cool to, get older and to be able to like fully embrace it. But, I was like 5 or 6 years old, so, you gotta keep a close eye on 5 to 6 year olds to make sure that they're safe and whatnot. So I've always been more of like I guess, an inside person, not always an outdoors person, which might be a little ironic, given my past videos. I'd always look at the sky and think, wow, it's so beautiful. Can't wait till I'm older to go and to have the freedom to go outside like without my parents around and just see it for what it is. But nowadays, I look at the sky and it can be just as like cloudless as it used to be, and it might even be as blue as it used to be. But I look at the sky and it's just not as beautiful as it used to be. I don't know why that quite is, but it's that kind of it always kinds of bothers me now because I used to look at it and it would be so beautiful, but now it 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 just looks plain to me. And it hurts when you sort of have that like realization that it's still beautiful, the blue sky is, but at the end of the day you just sort of like you grow used to it. It doesn't seem all that much. Kind of reminds me of like when Adam and Eve were both deceived. The beauty of everything just sort of fades when you get older because you sort of have the knowledge, and you sort of just understand everything for what it truly is. And I also remember, I've always been, I want to say since I was like 14, a big fan of Green Day, the band. And I remember there was this time when they were performing a few songs from their compilation album, A Thousand Smoothed Out Slappy Hours. I remember they were really young at the time, probably about my age. They were performing, kind of like in this, can't remember if it was like a high school or like campus, but you could just look around and you could see there, it was early 90s, so no one had a phone, no one had a smartphone or anything. And you could just see like, even the people that might not necessarily like been enjoying the music, they were still smiling. There wasn't anything to distract them. They were with their friends, laughing. But you try that today, 30 years later, and you could probably walk into like any college campus and you'd see like probably like 90% of the people on their phones, even when they're walking. And surprised that more people aren't ran over now, because they're on their phone so much. But it always pains me to see that because it's like why did I have to why did I have to be born in like 2001? Why can't I have been born in like in like 1980 and get to experience all that? But there's a verse I'd like to speak about that helps me to better cope with sort of like that feeling of nostalgia. So if you have your Bible with you, please turn to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 10. For it speaks, say not thou, what is it caused this? The former days were better than these. For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. It's sort of like there's a reason why we were born the time we were born. Because, God is the reason that we were put on this earth. And fact that we're here, the time that we need to be, that shows that it shows that we have a purpose and we have a meaning. If God wanted us to be born, later or earlier, He would have made us born that way. And sort of again, when we like inquire about the past days, you know, a lot of times, like when we were younger, we wish we were older, but now that we're older, we wish we were younger, and all of that because it's like the grass is always greener, with nostalgia. And when we think about that, it's sort of a sin because we're kind of neglecting, the reason God put us on this earth. But when we fully embrace, we were born at this time, it sort of gives light to, the reason we were here and the reason we were born. So I would embrace the times that we are in, even though they might not be ideal. Don't look at the past with, wishing you were there, but look at the opportunities that God is able to provide you now. And yeah, that's all I have. Please perhaps consider subscribing if you like more content like this, and please join my Discord down below. I have the link if you're interested, and yeah, that's all I have. So, till next time, Soldier of Christ, out.